What's good, fellas? Coming to you with this quick video, and it's about the power of stoicism and how stoicism can make you more attractive to women. Now, the reason why I believe stoicism can make you more attractive to women is because stoicism, if you follow this philosophy, stoicism is a philosophy, if you follow it, you will become more grounded in your masculinity. And becoming more grounded in your masculinity will make you more attractive to feminine energy, right? So I'm not religious or anything like that, but I do have a philosophy. And as a man, you have to have a philosophy because you have to have a code. You have to have a backbone. You have to have something you stand for, because that's how you can demonstrate your masculinity. That's how you can demonstrate your groundedness, by having something to stand for and having morals, having values, having ethics, having a code, and, basically standing for some ideas, right? So when you know your code, when you know who you are, when you know your philosophy, you're not confused, you're not all over the place, you're not chaotic, there's order to your way of being. So if you're interested in stoicism, I recommend this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor who was successful in his time, and he used to as an emperor, he used to write down notes and stuff like that. And apparently when he passed away, they found his notes and compiled it into a book. You can go and do the research on that, but that's kind of the idea behind how this book came about. And so when you read the book, it's not like a story book, it's just a bunch of notes basically, but the notes are aligned with the Stoic philosophy. So I'm gonna just go, they're like numbered. He numbers like each note. And so I'm gonna just go into some of the notes in here and then talk about it. Let's see, let me pick a random one. Okay, so here's one. Give yourself a gift, the present moments. People are out for posthumous fame. Forget that the generations to come will be the same annoying people they know now, and just as mortal. What does it matter to you if they say X about you or think Y? So this is powerful if you get it. First, he starts it off, he says, give yourself a gift, the present moment. Now, you've probably heard this advice, be present to the moment. Well, that's what grounded masculinity is all about. It's about being calm. It's about being relaxed. It's about having a strong foundation, like your feet planted on the earth and, taking up space and just being. And being present to the moment, when you know your purpose, when you know who you are, when you know your code, when you know your morals, values, and ethics, you can relax and be present to the moment. You don't have to be reactive because you know who you are, right? So he talks about that. Give yourself a gift. He's saying the present moment is a gift, and he's right. Being completely present to the moment is a gift because you are fully experiencing life. You're being intimate with life, and you'll be able to enjoy the emotions and the experiences of life when you can be present and not stuck in your head in the past or in the future. All right. Then he says, people out for posthumous fame forget that the generations to come will be the same annoying people they know now. So he's talking about people who focus on becoming famous, focus on getting people's validation, focus on, being accepted and stuff like that. He's trying to tell you, he's trying to basically say, like, it doesn't matter what other people think of you, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die, you know what I mean? And all that stuff is not gonna matter. So he's trying to show us, that we're spiritual beings, right? And we don't need to get caught up in what society tells us is how we should be or what we should value, right? Oh, I want to be famous, or I want to be liked, or I want to be accepted. He's basically, this is an emperor. You know what I mean? So you're getting advice from an emperor, and he's in a position of extremely high status and extremely high authority. And his advice is, what does it matter if they say X about you or think Y? So he understands that other people's opinions of him, it doesn't matter. He just has to follow his code. He just has to follow his philosophy and be himself authentically and be the best version of himself, and everything will be good. Because you can't please everyone anyway. You can't make everyone happy. So you just have to do the best that you can do and enjoy the present moment, because the present moment is a gift. All right. Let's look at another one. The best revenge is not to be like that. That's a powerful one too. The best revenge, he's saying, is to not even care about revenge. It's to not even want revenge. Right? So he's basically saying, what revenge? Why even worry yourself with that thought of, oh, I have to get revenge. It's literally that simple. He doesn't even go into more detail. He just says the best revenge is not to be like that. So basically, don't seek revenge. Like, if something happens, it happened, move on. That's powerful. That's powerful, because he's saying what's in the past is in the past. Move on. When you think about revenge, when you're going back in the past and you're like, oh, they did this to me, I gotta go. You're putting energy in the past. He in the other quote, he said, give yourself a gift, the present moment. The past is in the past. Whatever happened, it happened. Move forward. Embrace the present. Every second, every moment is precious when you're alive. So, he understands this. And so that's what he's trying to get across. And he's very straight and to the point in his writing. Let's look at another one. I'm being kind of picky here. Let me see. This is a good one. Everything you are trying to reach by taking the long way round, you could have right now, this moment, if you'd only stop thwarting your own attempts, if you'd only let go of the past and trust the future to providence and guide the present toward reverence and justice. Reverence, so you'll accept what you are allotted. Nature intended it for you and you for it. Justice, so that you'll speak the truth frankly and without evasions and act as you should and as other people deserve. Don't let anything deter you, other people's misbehavior, your own perceptions, what people will say, or the feelings of the body that covers you. Let the affected part take care of those. And if, when it's time to depart, you shunt everything aside except your mind and the divinity within, if it isn't ceasing to live that you're afraid of, but never beginning to live properly, then you'll be worthy of the world that made you, no longer an alien in your own land, no longer shocked by everyday events as if they were unheard of aberrations, no longer at the mercy of this or that. Man, that was a lot, but let's start with the beginning. So everything you are trying to reach by taking the long way around, you could have right now, this moment. If you'd only stop thwarting your own attempts, if you'd only let go of the past and trust the future to providence and guide the present toward reverence and justice. Okay, so let's stop there. So the beautiful thing about this book is you can choose how you want to interpret this, right? So I'm going to give you my interpretation. Essentially, what he's saying here is we tend to take the long way around by holding on to this baggage that we have from the past, holding on to these limiting beliefs, instead of just embracing the present, embracing the moment, trusting the process, trusting God, nature, whatever you believe in, that the future is bright, that you will achieve the result, that you will hit the goal. It's this idea of trusting the process, trusting that you are doing the right thing, having faith, right? You know, going forward, like straight forward, instead of like going all around in circles and then turn back and end up going straight and just trusting the process, walking into the unknown and having faith that you can handle whatever is gonna, take place. Reverence, so you'll accept what you were allotted. Nature intended it for you and you for it. So my understanding of this is basically having respect for nature, having respect for the universe. The universe is gonna give you what you need when you need it, and just be grateful, right? So maybe sometimes you'll have a ton of abundance, maybe sometimes you may not have a ton of abundance, but you still are grateful and appreciative of what nature is giving you, because nature always has your back, right? If you focus on, being positive, focus on, justice, focus on, honor, courage, just moving in the right direction, doing the right thing, doing the good thing, right? The universe and nature will have your back. The law of exchange: if you give, you shall receive, right? If you take, then, you will lose. Whatever you take, you'll have to give back. So it's just this understanding that, you get what you put in, right? And what you're given, don't be ungrateful or, oh, I should have more, or this should be this way or whatever. It's like the universe is paying attention to how you respond to what you're given. If you can't show gratefulness and appreciation for what you've been given, universe is not going to give you more. It's going to take, because you're not ready for more, right? Justice, so that you'll speak the truth frankly and without evasions, and act as you should and as other people deserve. So to me, the understanding of this is speaking your truth, speaking your truth, saying how you truly feel, saying what's right, standing up for something, putting yourself on the line, having some balls, having some courage, having, like having a backbone, and treating people as they deserve. Like, don't sugarcoat shit. Don't be a nice guy. Don't be trying to please people. Like, say it as it is. Do what you need to do, and know your purpose, know your intention, and don't, try to be accepted or try to get validation, shit like that. Don't let anything deter you. Other people's misbehavior, your own misperceptions, what people will say, or the feelings of the body that covers you. Let the affected part take care of those. And if, when it's time to depart, you shun everything aside except your mind and the divinity within, if it isn't ceasing to live that you're afraid of, but never beginning to live properly, then you'll be worthy of the world that made you. No longer an alien in your own land, no longer shocked by everyday events as if they were unheard of aberrations, no longer at the mercy of this or that. So my understanding of this is, as a man, you must have a purpose, you must have a code, you must have values, morals, ethics, principles, beliefs that you follow and stick to, because these are the beliefs, these are the morals, ethics that will allow you to move through life in the proper way, in the way that you believe is right. Right? And the way that you believe will lead to prosperity, will lead to success, will lead to achievement, will lead to evolution, right? And so what he's saying here is, you're going to have things and people that are going to try to deter you. And he's saying, don't let that happen. Do not let people's misbehavior deter you. Do not let your own misperceptions deter you. Do not let what people say, the opinions of others, or the feelings of your body, right? So he's letting you know that there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be roadblocks, but he's letting you know that you have to trust the divinity within, and trust, that you're doing the right thing. Have faith and move forward. Have courage. Have discipline. No longer at the mercy of this or that. So he's saying that when you let other people's opinions and, you know, uh, you know, trying to get validation and trying to get acceptance and get approval and all this shit, when you have that going on, you can't truly be you. You're at the mercy of these other people. These other people are controlling you. You know, if you value other people's opinions and, you know, their approval and all that shit over your own, then you are actually a puppet for those people. They're actually controlling you, making you do shit that you don't want to do. So he talks about this. He's a Roman emperor. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's in a position where, you know, he needs to be sharp. He needs to be on point. And this is the advice he's given us. You know, so you as a man, if you want to be powerful, if you want to be strong, you want to be attractive, you know, you're getting advice from a powerful Roman emperor who followed the Stoic philosophy, right? And the Stoic philosophy is all about, you know, reverence. It's all about honor. It's all about justice, morals, ethics. It's all about virtue. You know what I mean? It's all about being a good, strong, powerful man. And that's what women are attracted to. Strong, good, powerful men, right? You want to be strong and powerful, but, you know, you also want to be good. You also want to be positive. You know, you also want to benefit others. So let's look at another one. Here's another one. You want praise from people who kick themselves every 15 minutes, the approval of people who despise themselves. Is it a sign of self-respect to regret nearly everything you do? So what is he saying? You want praise from people who kick themselves every 15 minutes. He's saying these people that we are valuing their opinions and we want their validation, we want their approval and all this shit, these people don't even like themselves. They don't even love themselves, bruh. They kick themselves every 15 minutes, right? They're wondering, why do I keep making this decision? Why do I keep doing? They can't even handle their own lives. So how the hell are you gonna allow them to dictate your life? Allow them to be judges of who you are, of your character? They can't even, they're not even pleased with their own character. So why should you allow them to control your behavior, to determine what you do? Oh, if they don't approve of that, I can't do it. Oh, if they don't agree with me, then I'm wrong. What? Those people are, you know, putting up a facade, trying to act cool and shit, but they go home and they're pissed off and they're angry and they're mad because they're not doing what they're supposed to do and they can't focus and they can't be disciplined, all that shit. So why would you value those people's opinions? You know what I mean? All right, let's do another one. Everywhere at each moment, you have the option to accept this event with humility, to treat this person as he should be treated, to approach this thought with care so that nothing irrational creeps in. To accept this event with humility. What does he mean by that? When something happens, to embrace it, right? Not run away from it, not try to put up your ego and blame somebody else or whatever. You take responsibility for it and you accept it and you look at it for what it is and you allow it to humble you, right? Because you know, we make mistakes, things happen, whatever. But it's when you can embrace it and learn from it and have the experience, that's how you grow, that's how you become better. To treat this person as he should be treated, right? What does he mean by this? He means to let go of misperception, let go of your ego, and treat the person how they need to be treated, right? If the person is acting morally and acting just and whatever, you treat them as such. But if the person is immoral, the person is unethical, whatever, you also treat them as such. You also discipline them. You also check them. You also, maybe sometimes you just need to get away from that person, right? Let them do their thing, right? But you treat people as they should be treated. To approach this thought with care so that nothing irrational creeps in. All right, so he basically says, when you have a thought, you look at it and see, is it an emotion, right? Is it an emotional thought, or is there some logic in it? Is there some intelligence in it? Before you just react, pay attention to the thought. Is this thought going to move me towards my goal, or is this some kind of, some thought that's just some emotional thought that can lead me in some random direction? It's like you need to understand why you do what you do. And what he's saying here is to not be reactive, to approach this thought with care. Look at the thought. Is this moving me forward to my goal or not? Should I go and smoke that cocaine? Should I go and smoke that crack or whatever, or not? Should I go out and drink myself to a coma, or should I, stay home and read a book? But basically what he's saying is like, when these thoughts come in our head, we want to address them, and we want to look at them and look at them clearly and line them up with our goals, line them up with our purpose, line them up with our principles, values, moral code, all of that, and see it for what it is. And don't allow the emotions of the moment to dictate your actions. So the Stoic philosophy is about being patient. The Stoic philosophy is about applying your logic, right? Having emotions, but not letting your emotions control you, right? So how does this make you attracted to women? Well, as I said, one of the main things women are attracted to is grounded masculinity. And the Stoic philosophy is all about applying your intelligence. It's all about having morals, having ethics, having code, having values, being patient, being strong, being courageous, being reverent. It's about these high values of an ethical man, of a strong, powerful, ethical man. And then, that book by Meditations is literally written by a Roman emperor, right? So, it's not only a Roman emperor, but he was a good man. He's a good man, and he followed philosophy, and he aimed to be a good emperor. You know what I mean? Like a good emperor, but not like a pussy, and a good and powerful emperor. That's the key. And so as a man, this grounded masculinity, this masculine energy is action-oriented energy. It's forward-moving, it's penetrating, it's forceful, it's powerful, it's, it's assertive. But the groundedness is when you have a code that you adhere to, when you have values, when you have principles, when you have beliefs that you follow, and these are designed and created by you to design and create a certain character, to create a certain lifestyle, to create a certain result. And when you stick to this code and you hold your masculine energy and you move forward and you stay grounded, as I said, you will attract feminine energy. Feminine energy wants to be receptive. It wants to be submissive, but only to a powerful man. Only to a powerful man that is grounded and masculine and moving forward and leading. He's leading the way. He's leading the way. The woman doesn't want no awkward moments. Oh, what's going on here? No, she wants a man that knows exactly what he's doing, that's moving forward. A man that can make mistakes and pick himself up and keep moving. A man that can get rejected and overcome it. A man that can take a loss and win the tournament, right? Maybe he loses a fight or whatever, but he wins the whole event. You know what I mean? So he sees the long-term vision. She needs someone who's thinking long-term, who has a vision, who can focus and can take consistent action and persevere. So she can just nurture his purpose, nurture his actions, nurture what he's doing, his creation, while he takes the lead and he demonstrates his power and demonstrates his masculinity consistently, and demonstrates his groundedness, his ability to handle challenges, the ability to handle tension, his ability to handle whatever comes his way. So that's what you want to understand is Stoicism, the philosophy of Stoicism. You probably want to look into it. Look up Marcus Aurelius, look up Seneca, look at Aristotle, look these people up, because these people were, powerful beings, right? They had a code, they had integrity, right? Their name lives on because they lived a strong life. They lived with philosophy, right? And they created this philosophy, put it on paper so we could have it and use it and evolve and advance, make it better, make it more powerful. And so once you understand this, you don't have to follow the whole philosophy, but you can take these different things that will make you stronger as a man, that will make you more masculine, more grounded, more powerful. And that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not religious, but if there's certain things in a religion that make sense, that will make me stronger as a man, that will make me more masculine and more grounded, and allow me to achieve my goals and evolve as a man, I would take those principles, I would take those values, whatever they are, and use them. You know what I mean? So it's just having this understanding that women are seeking strong, powerful men. Forget about being a pretty boy. Forget about all that shit. I mean, you can do that. That's an archetype. But what will make you stand out? If you want to be the pretty boy or whatever, it don't matter really. But if you decide to do that, also be a powerful pretty boy. Whatever you're gonna be, have strength and courage and masculinity and groundedness at the core of it, because everything else you can add on is flavor, right? But make your core a masculine, grounded man, powerful, assertive, focused, confident, right? Determined, disciplined, right? There's an energy you carry. When you walk in the room, people can feel it, but you can't just pretend to be it. You have to actually be it. That's why I'm saying, take on a powerful philosophy and use it to become this being that makes shit happen. This being that is evolving, this being that is succeeding and winning in life. All right? Thanks for watching. Peace.